Hello, everyone. My name is BJ Santiago, and I am the CEO of Badger Technologies. Badger Technologies is a retail solutions company that provides actionable near real-time data um, uh, with analytics and machine learning through automation. Specifically, our computer vision technologies are offered through our autonomous robotics in the store. Today, our solution primarily focuses on two types of retailers. We focus on the retail grocers and the DIY hardware stores. Um, what we do today is we have a very modular approach to the technology. Um, we offer this through, I'm not sure if the video is working, but not sure if we can get that working or not. Um, but um, like I said, we offer our robotics to scan the shelf conditions, looking for out of stocks, uh, price, regular pricing, product location, product ID and wrongs, and planogram compliance. That's what the robot does today on the shelf evaluation scans. Today, we do this from 18 inches away from the shelf. The robot runs autonomously, so it can work both when people are in the store and not in the store. We have the ability to then report on the different various, is the right item there, is the right price there, is it the right location? Interestingly enough, is it the wrong product, is the wrong product on the shelf? As you know, there'll be plugs and spreads on shelves. Our AI ability can tell and distinguish whether it's the correct product or not. And when it comes to planogram compliance, we can ingest a planogram file, and we have the technology then to deliver what we call a realogram. And that realogram is a panoramic view of the shelf conditions, and then what you see on the screen here. And then we can then report whether the planogram is in compliance from the file we have ingested and also from the realogram. When we work with our customers, our financial customers, we look at the financial impact of the business. This is an example of a tier one grocer that we've just begun to go into production with. This one, tier one grocer, as you know, grocers today probably lose about 6% of revenue due to lack of product on the shelf. We've worked the ROI out with this particular customer, and their potential increase in revenue through working with the Badger robots and analytics. They believe it was almost 1.8% in revenue they would increase by. And from an expense savings, they looked at they would equate to about 2.7 billion. Or conservatively $1 per share by utilizing the robot. So we really focus on the financial impacts of improving the on-shelf availability, the eliminating of lost sales, and eliminating fees and fines, weights and measures, and so forth like that. Another aspect of our robot is that when it's not scanning for inventory, it will also scan for slip and fall debris and hazard mitigation. So we have an impact on the claims of a store. So we've reduced a lot of legal claims and a lot of legal costs as well for our partners. Then, as you look at the auditability of our solution, our accuracy is extremely high. We deliver this data probably 15 to 30 minutes after it's completed an aisle. So it's near real time. Our recent audits by our customers are showing that we're reducing their out of stocks by over 50%. Their pricing errors have decreased to 97+%. We're reducing labor in their stores to correct errors by over 70 to 80%, 70 to 80 hours per week. And we're seeing an increase in revenue on most of our customers from about 5% upwards to about 8%. When we look at the financial impact, we look at certain business drivers, and we'll look at those business drivers from a labor perspective. For example, we'll look at, the customer facing, allowing the associates now to do more customer facing activities, letting the robot do the tedious tasks, which humans get tired doing, and so forth like that. This particular tier one customer I talked about looked at it and said they could see themselves saving about 38,000 people's worth of work for their FTEs, which would be about 1.3 billion. And that's about 9% of their workforce on doing the tedious task of inventory controls today. From an uplift in sales, we want to mitigate the lost sales. We want to minimize the customer walk-offs. They looked at about $409 million that they would increase in sales by utilizing the robotic solution. The customer experience, now with our product location, we are increasing their e-click technologies, their online ordering, being able to take the robot's information and then even uploading that information from product location into their mobile consumer apps, which is helping them with their online sales. So all of these are dollar figures that they're seeing. From working capital, we're reducing their safety stock in the back of the stores. So they equated a dollar amount to that, about 61 million that they would see in year one. And then we've also helped them with the supplier collaboration and monetizing their data, selling it back to the FMCG community. And they were looking at 3 to 5 FMCGs paying for that data. There is a certain amount there. And then the fines and legal fees I talked about from both claims mitigation and weights and measures, there's a big number there. So as you can see, there's a lot of different value there.
Well, let's see if I can get some, William, if I can get some reactions, if you don't mind. Have you got, there's some killer slide coming up, but I just would like to get some reactions if I can.
Sure.
John Fontaine, chairman of ECR. John, I know you're a robot fan in your Stop and Shop stores and others. Any new things that came up here? Any thoughts you have that you can share back with William?
Yeah, BJ, thank you for your presentation. We do use a similar robot technology called Marty in some of our brands. Stop and Shop is one of them. Pretty successful. The one that you presented showed some more capabilities that we would like to explore a little bit more outside of this presentation. We also looked for using this kind of technology in European stores, but in fact you do need the space to make the robot work, and so it's less applicable for us in Europe. But definitely interesting to see the capabilities of this robot.
Great.
I'll just do one more question from. I'll go to a big store. Tony, Spain is with Target. Tony, if you've got a chance to unmute yourself and share any comments, and thanks for joining.
Yeah. How have you been able to kind of interface with the existing kind of homegrown solutions within some of your bigger retailers when it comes to the inventory records, and are there limitations in the kind of the data analysis that you're able to get back with kind of the I guess thinking about the very large footprint that we have at Target, and the amount of data that it takes to kind of look at a floor pad the size of one of our stores and kind of feed that into robots in order to get them to kind of interface with our kind of homegrown tools.
So Tony, thanks for the question. We haven't come against any brands, homegrown solutions. We have open APIs that are easy to implement and write definitions to. John Fontaine just mentioned Marty. Marty is our robot. We just haven't worked with John and his international side. We've worked with Gordon Reed at Stop and Shop in the US, and they have homegrown systems. They have their CAO systems, computer authorized ordering systems we work with. That's a homegrown system. So we haven't in any of the major brands had any issues like that our APIs are pretty easy to work with, and we understand that that's important because of the investments that companies like yourself have made. So we're very partner friendly, is what we like to say. And we understand there's also a lot of hybrid solutions where robotics may not be the only solution in the store. There might be places where fixed cameras make sense, and those images talking to each other. We actually have partners that have shelf edge cameras in certain locations and feed those images through our system, and we report on both the scanned image the robot's doing and also their fixed images. So hope that answers your question.